Take a close listen to the words of Kennedy Japan some years back.
They say, Akufuado to say, a dria is siwa any.
Wow.
Yes, what the Galam say.
Oh.
Madam, I'm telling you, main means wrong. Akufuado to say, a dria is siwa any. Because he in rot. Galamsey. When it comes to Galamsey, Akufuado are rot complete.
This is a suggestion of corruption at the very core and root of Nanado himself. When it comes to Galamsey, there is one man who has been at the center of some of the biggest scandals that has ever hit this country since the MPP came to power. From PDS, Ejapa, and now illegal mining, popularly called Galamsey. It's the man Gabi Ochiri Dakon. On the 7th of April 2017, a few months after the MPP government came to power, Gabi took to Twitter and wrote this: "Posterity shall not forgive Akufo-Addo and our government if we don't win the war against Galamsey." A few months later, the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at a gathering of eminent chiefs, made a solemn promise on Galamsey, saying this:
"I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said."
A couple of years down the line, and Ghanaians have learnt a bitter lesson. Instead of fight to end Galamsey, they have rather been the biggest supporters and defenders of Galamsey. And this is why. Ghanaians have been in a state of shock after a report by the former Minister of Environment, Professor Frimpong Boateng, which seeks to give credence to the realities of how the presidency and people close to the president are neck deep in the business of destroying the country. The report exposes the president and vice president, presidential staffers, and many others in the destruction of our forest and water bodies in the name of Party Hiansika. This report, written by Professor Frimpong Boateng, was sent to the presidency years ago, and until recently leaked by the loud silence media, the presidency did nothing about its content. Note that the author of the report is Professor Frimpong Boateng, a specialist heart surgeon, the founder of the Ghana Heart Foundation, as well as the head and founder of the Cardiothoracic Center at Kolebu, who was the head of the Ministry of Environment, which oversaw all the fights against Galamsey in the first place. This is a man who has authority, unblemished integrity, and most importantly, oversight responsibility over the fight against Galamsey. One of the names mentioned in this report is the name Gabi Ochiri Dakon, who is a lawyer for one Donald Ensure, the owner of C&J Alaska and Heritage Imperial. It turns out that as far back as 2016-2017, these companies have been involved in illegal mining, polluting and destroying our water bodies, and the records will show. On the 29th of November 2016, Dr. Tony Orbin, former CEO of Minerals Commission under the NDC administration, cautioned C&J Alaska against engaging in illegal mining on their prospecting license. Again, on the 30th of January 2017, Dr. Tony Orbin wrote to C&J Alaska to caution them against engaging in illegal mining without requisite permits and approvals. In 2017, this company, headed by Donald Ensure, was reported by the head of Mineral Commission as engaging in mining without the right documents. Donald Ensure's company, C&J Alaska and Heritage Imperial Limited, have a long history of abusing mining permits, causing destruction of Ghana's forest reserves through illegal mining activities under the pretext of a prospecting license. Before now, on the 2nd of October 2017, John Peter Amewu, MPP's own Minister for Lands and Natural Resources then, wrote to C&J Alaska regarding the Drabo concession and directed them not to carry out any mining operations in the concessions until their mining lease has been ratified. Donald Ensure and his Canadian partner owned C&J Alaska Limited, which operated mainly in the Diasu Forest Reserve in the Dencho-Obuasi area. It has been said that Major Mahama died protecting the Galamsey concessions of this very company Gabi is affiliated to, whose illegal mining activities was destroying Dencho-Obuasi and was being protected against the interest of the people of Dencho-Obuasi, who meted out their anger on Major Mahama, an innocent man who most likely had been sent there by higher powers. In the report and consequent responses, Professor Frimpong Boateng cited this company as engaging in illegal mining. He mentioned that at the time, government had banned all mining activities. Since mining was banned, they were stopped. This angered Gabi. Prof said to his shock, mentioned that Gabi Asari Ochiri Dakon, who he expects to know better as a lawyer, called to defend the company that actively destroyed our environment, especially the forest and river offing in the Apaprama and Krobo forest. After the report leaked, we can hear Gabi here pretending he did not know that at the time he called, government had banned all mining and what his client was doing in the forest was illegal.
I have a client who has all the documents or permits and licenses required to do prospecting, everything. And he goes on site, and then soldiers come to basically not just stop them from working, but to seize all the equipment. So I asked the minister, but they have permits, so what really, I want to understand the issue. And then the minister fires back and says, they are not prospecting, they are mining.
Was Gabi not trying to use his influence as the nephew of the president to force the hands of Professor Frimpong Boateng to allow the illegality against our forest and water bodies to continue? Why would Gabi resort to telling clear lies? Did he, Gabi, not know that the said company only had a prospecting license which is not used for mining? Did he, Gabi, not know that there had been a ban on all mining activities by government? What else would cause Gabi to call the minister and throw his weight around? Did he, Gabi, not know that there has been previous letters to the very company from Mr. Orbin and Mr. Amewu at different times since 2016 to stop illegal mining? Why the deliberate attempt to use his position to intimidate the minister and continue destroying our forests and waters through illegal mining? Both Donald Enchua and Gabi Ochiri-Dakon are enemies of the state and collaborators in a criminal conduct. The time has come for action to be taken against these enemies of state. We cannot allow them to continue to compromise the future of the country and the well-being of our people.
Say, Akufo-Addo to say a dua esi hɔ a eni hini.
Wow.
Yes. With the galamsey.
Oh.
Madam, I'm telling you, main from Akufo-Addo to hɔ to say a dua esi hɔ a eni hini. Because ni hini nyina rot. Galamsey. When it comes to galamsey, Akufo-Addo hini nyina a rot complete.
Give them the mandate, they will do nothing and they will come again for another mandate. But if they know that if we give you the mandate to represent us, we expect you to do something. And if you don't do something, we will cry against you and have you removed. People will sit up and do the right thing. But we allow people, we give them our vote, they come, they do nothing, and we just keep giving them our vote. We don't think through. Somebody was talking to me about what's going on in Kenya, and I said, what you see happening in Kenya, there is a possibility in that, in the pipeline, but it's an undercurrent with the youth. It's around 2025 going. Depending on the outcome of the election and how people win this 2024 election, if anybody try to rake and anybody play any game on both sides to win this election and disrespect the will of the people and the vote of the people and will sabotage the will and the vote of the people, I'm telling you, there will be an outcome and Ghana will be shocked. That is it the same Ghanaians that are quiet, loving people, don't want trouble, let everything go? You wait and see. Write what I'm telling you. Write it on your journals. It will come to pass from 2025. If anybody plays any game, I'm telling you, hear me. And those of you, both political parties and the independent, if anybody uses any means, rituals, sacrifices, conspiracy, consultations, and uses any means than respecting the will of the people to sabotage the will of the people, to create an outcome that is against the wish and the will of the people of Ghana, I'm telling you, the implications will be unbearable. And for anyone whose blood will be shed, that blood will cry upon you and your descendants forever. The implications will not be easy. And those of you who will take money to manipulate the situation for somebody to win against the will of the people, let me tell you, you will have that money, but you will not eat it. You won't chop that money. Because it is blood money. It is money acquired the wrong way. And somebody need to say it. And I speak under the unction of Almighty God by divine authority, that let no man and woman make a mistake to undermine and sabotage the will and the wishes of the people of this country. If there is any election in the history of this country that we should not play with, it's 2024. I'm telling you. Because you see, this 2024 election, it will test the strength of our democracy. Whether we've been pretending, playing games, or we are honest about it, this election will prove it. This one. And I pray that for whatever reason, both sides will not play any game. And will not take the people of Ghana for granted. And this whole mentality, oh, Ghanaians will just let it go. Ghanaians are very peaceful. You wait till demons come to town. You haven't seen what will happen to people when demons hit town. It's not a joke. Oh, yeah. I saw 79.
Let me say that again. If we have Holy Ghost filled custom officials and GRA officers, then our department over there will not be bleeding in corruption. If we have a Holy Spirit filled president, he will sign the LGBTQ into law. He can't come and deceive us that I go to church. If you really go to church and you believe it, show it. If you claim you go to church, if you claim you belong to one of the traditional churches, show it. Let your faith speak for you. If the fish rots, it rots from the head. Right from the Jubilee House to everywhere. There is rottenness. Yet they say they are Christians. Take your faith to where you belong to. And let your faith change the environment. Otherwise, you have no business doing church. This is what we are talking about. Using the church to bring transformation.
For God and man, I voted for President Akufo-Addo. Voted for him. I'm not sure I voted for him, but I have regretted doing that. Because if you ask my mother, I fought them at home because he's a strong NDC. And I didn't want to hear anything NDC. I fought them at home. Ask my mother, she's here. I fought them. I said the new era that is coming is the era of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Onusubaya or their family. I'm sure my father will be turning in his grave because he's a strong NDC. We are tired. If you are not tired, me, I'm tired. Some people feel that, oh, as software, no, they don't have to put themselves in politics and all that. I was on President Kufuor's educational committee. I served on his committee. The committee that brought the 4-year term, I was the student representative on that committee. I have served for him. I was writing speeches for President Mills. So you are no more political than me. But look at the nonsense going on. When there was this cleansing of the banking system, and I was in the office, one office, when a man came and packed a Benz, very nice Benz, 73-year-old man. He had over 2 million in investments. He came there because he said he's been monitoring me, and someone had said that I was coming to the office that day, and he knows that because I'm a man of God, I can help in the situation. Obi and a man coupon and an auditor of fuel a man that has over 2 million in investment. He came kneeling down, 73-year-old man kneeling down and begging for 500 Ghana cedis to go and buy medication. What kind of country is this? See, sometimes when we are in places where because so the few will benefit and then the masses will be suffering. Because the people in position of authority are wicked and evil. Listen, anytime you see people suffering, it is an indication that leadership is wicked. It's as simple as that. You see, Proverbs 19:2, it says that when the wicked are in authority, the people suffer. Yeah. We're going through this country teaching people about investments, setting up investment clubs. For the past 20 years, now investment. IPACI, will organize people into 20 groups of 20. Now we go and invest. They go and put the money in bonds. Then somebody comes to tell you that he's going to use it for debt restructuring. And then you are happy because you are MPP. Yeah, you know you're MPP. But it is nonsense. Did you hear what the German ambassador said yesterday? He said that if you are coming to our country to get us to go and beg China to support your debt restructuring, cut down on the size of your government. Because even we don't have the kind of size you have. Is it not from day one that Ghanaians started complaining about the size of the government? Let us, the Christians, prepare ourselves to go into politics. Don't go into it because you want to amass wealth. Go into it because you want to bring change and take care of people. Have a big house. How many rooms do you sleep in? Sometimes even the room you sleep in, you leave there and go and sleep in the hall. We don't need so much, but it is called acquisitive greed. May God deliver us. May we be each other's keeper. I said the communion reminds us that we need to be united here, then we can make it to heaven. But if we are united, we will care for each other. The person who sponsored some of the books that Dr. Yaupebi printed on financial intelligence was our Minister of Finance. He was the one who was teaching us, lecturing us, helping us. He really helped us to understand what investment was. Reverend Mrs. Comfort Okra, who is on the board of Bank of Ghana, she was one of them. And all these people are strategically positioned. Whatever is fighting their Christianity, that is not allowing what we truly know about them. Because I'm telling you, these are very genuine people. They are very caring people. They are loving, they are genuine. I'm telling you, I know them. I can't bury the thing. It means that there is something there that must be broken. All supposed to be involved.
Pen no cry wa Ghana so for can no cry ana oye politics ana the MPP echi or the Lawrence echi me do na ni wuni echi
commander can you na heavy prophet or my D for no yeah no
na ni wuni won so be preach say wa Ghana ha
da bi osuro
ehufo nko asofo ma from on say nyame afran jimifo church say come and receive what receive by the kenke is too cautious. What receive by Bruno Bois, I think. What receive pure water no bois, I think. Nanado say intimate to 50% and then 30 Ghana your friend 5 CDs. 5 CDs. Nana waja market walk on now. One family two so my one family ko. No mo match him ko. See a 4 mine.
Okay, anyumre yamuajo yamuaha. Ama wache awo mebia owoso. Sesei ana ode afidie na to ha. Afidie ni the Apple 68 FM. Jumedia Samre Kwaku skirt. Medebro. Yatudi ka newu and some fun Anunti and a do satam ya na ye sing kunya semeno baba gengre ama kana ho kwanya ye betimi afaso na omai kana ebetimi ayeyi anyumre chumedie etwagu ewo Facebook Apple 68 FM tuning radio flash Apple 68 FM Ghana Web News 1, Ghana Politics, online.com, Ghana Breaking News, and I said, Oko YouTuber, Ubetimi Aheye, our Apple 68
TV. Okwa chumedi no etwago fe ma ye kama. E pa chaw ye wo Twitter so live enti also ubetimi akohwehwe awo Kwaku skirt page. Anybody yaba bedin komo ensam mu obi. Ma mimi nkan fa wentum kakrama wansa. Ansana metimi ahye dwumadie no ase. Bia ohwehwe wo say video bi announce picture bi ko vara na uhu baby a picture no efra ekwa mamenta mebo na mene menta mebo na mene eno so sa picture no mu kakra na yentwa ho emfoni ye de honkomo ansa na ba se dwumadi na se oha picture ye da hoi Kwaku skirt me na me shata de tuntum na me da afa no Honorable Kennedy Akumprekon Japan and so another ubonkum so a wo hwe no Kwaku skirt na me shatuntum me sha channel Kwaku pese de nyame aka no waka se bebem na say me ba fidie so a me kasa mayi enam ewo dwubri house na aya na amanfo aye kwensen kakra mayi nam na no obiri buahe ebra MPP ba power Kwaku skirt na NDC fo ntumi nkasa omuwi ni MPP mi ni ye na NDC ntumi nkasa wo ba bia me ana me de na no obiri buahe ba ye na me so ana ma twe na no obiri buahe political career ana na no obiri buahe kasa e tontura tete no na no obiri buahe kasa na power wo batana ma dwono Mia and I'm grabbing 50 billion. Well, me and MPP for the common delegate conference will keep course. And I know people have seen a man throw. And I'm the buy. Me and the number so and a Sir John. Or who so free ye? Sir John. Me na me buy a man a human. And I don't buy no man of foco. Me na me didn't buy the radio so. And was here Kufuado the Naya Caterpillar. Ma what hene? Obi do a hene yeah, nobody do any we are country in the tuno. What champion what tuno? Me and I might not know what he call forest department. Now, I can't some baby wakana. A payam in that two one in me a co. And the mammy at them. Say what back room ha, not what the Kwaku skirt Kevin Taylor, Aqua Court. Or bedroom where you Kwaku skirt free. Because some in your son. Oh, you know, because I can't know what on row. Me, no, when you mean to a road, damn you been put that time one did that different. But now me money time. Okay, me want the voices I don't know maybe my book. Say, Kwaku skirt na ne mammy and tete no. Oh, yeah, me mammy and tete, and then me feed ye a you. Me and me can say MPP for kwa. Said ye me ye na no obri buahe no. Me de ne ba ye no. Me send cha wo mo kwan. Now, me be MPP kwan. MPP ye kana for ye no mu be wie kra. Canada Japan. Ma pano. Yes, so no be ma on frame ye Kwaku skirt. Me can ha say Kwaku skirt masuma fidie. Na me we na ma tenanse because na say me no me bona mu a don pe hata me nya bitete de kukufa do kan enti me pe kwato krowa ana me disi ho na me pe kuntu na me pe ntamade ana me de why ese continuity ana me pe setedua na me ya no fia te se be ma no na me de go no na me de kwa sha kotokro na se na me de entamudie na daha no oh producer record no ade no what ye dwumade e wo cruise 96.9 cruise 96.9 akuma dan ane ne important cruise FM almost me dem live ya me jamo cruise 96.9
akumadan France, akumadan ne importam na wo kwa bedam. Na ma menkasa. Mafidie no kwanya me faso a me pa aboani. Because me we na ma che. Na say amanfo nte Kwaku skatenka. Officer catch no gbado. Ma ya me ho te se anas. Eso kwanya gobi afaso ye ne hwehwem. Me Kwaku skat ne me hwehwem me the voice audios and the ye adwuma. Na me sunsum mfidie asi kuntu de kotokroa e de waya chekere pa. Na meme ame panama kasiye. Enama kasiye no Kwaku skat me nya bi ndwe. Sa me hu nkyerene naso na me bo afidie no wo so a. Oh, MPP for no do hopa no ma huri pam no ma twampo. Oh, Kwaku skat aboya yo ne enti ma sra fidie ne sa me nyanam. Na no me wo ho na me si oh, me we na ma che. Adai me pe wo soro pa no me nya wo soro ti kwa bai ana me fa so. Aba ana me hu se amoaku a enkyene na ketua bi da ho. Me si ane ma me si kotokoro na me mokuntu be. Bia na nya amoaku a ba bi ne mare. Me bo kotokoro bo kuntu. Na no me si me ko wa me kokwa afidie na po so. Amoaku asa MPP for who say engineer kasiye no Kwaku skat de pomo enti wo hu keto officer keto de Kwaku skat the boy me kokwa ayi wasoro yi na ye Canada Japan me se ma pack Canada Japan so was in the buodu a on coming out na nsema waka so what you say no sir Canada Japan abubo afa galamse kwanya isi befa so ade awini aba ama kufuado second de Japan se ne buodu a me challenge no se wambra bonten me man na fuanso se wantimi ama anioma Kwaku skat me be ba bonten no Jombuodu nyina tu galamse Jombuodu Mubakaya na nsem kan ha se asinfosu adanse praso konsosa nyina Jombuodu afa ayeye wura Canada Japan na num na dikira sokasa. Yes, Canada Japan say woman makes it complete MPP party fairly osime bo a won pia bonten na se ma pa nam yenu nanu me pa bugri na abu anda me so me hu so afre me wa botam da ba ni mi Kwaku skat na nka bugri na abu wei aya dan wo betu kwan wo de ne bra akoto president ani so nsan ye ma ne check na emaburu ni na hwa ye nya adwuma ye emaburu ni na hwa ye nya adwuma na bugri na abu de ni se ne ba ada kufuwa bi table so say ye nsan. No bugri na abu say Ghana election is money. Mesima pack in the Japan. So was in the buodu a one fam me woso. Kwaku skat na was when you piano. Me demand chino. Ghana mesimo batensa. Someone can the Japan can a group waso mame. Hi, na nobody wa he. See abaka say yeah, akwe and wapawi. Can be pan what time Kwaku skat apan. The money me wow, me we are one me wow. Ebra so de ekokot na nem me do be mem. Me se wo be man me be twetwe. Can I do be man me be twetwe sa. Me dey say ma we kan no. Fine. What's the party na a fairly na ma mess up. Isi sema wo kan ye bubuja. Ni nyina me wo ha. Hey, Ghana for me se mo betensa. This you for mutu galamse Canada Japan bobo mu din wa ha. So we are DC you know to galamse. Stop now. Stop galamse now. And yes sir, me the first step aba udo sabeguti. Na chama want me to say. Chama want me what to say. Udi won be. Chama want me wutu galamse.
Hey, MPP. And the when I was so a campaign, mammy. Wait, Kennedy Japan, wait, no, I did my chief job. Wait, was some party in a group. Was it one no crano? I can't one no qua. Can John Dramani Mahama Mayor President? I'm a 2028 and won't be away to Sababo. I never make call Kennedy Japan and Casa. Ma won saswe na brabo ni corruption yiyayo o my Ghana ye here wo ye futufo nyina sa awrade ma won saswe makata sese ne proye yanyai Kennedy Japan wo and waka say was MPP party a collapse we will be Kwaku get me voice and yes so be voice makotwetwe see anim. So one no say me wa or tina when you use statements. I'm not want to say what I mean kasai. A chrono, a be shaky. Mr. Ghana be shaky. Ghana me be wuso Ghana. Me be ma MPP party no. Me be wuso mo. Na na kufuwa be ti Jubilee House. Wa ahwe wo be twane. Be catch them say bedru baby Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Wa ahwe ni ya. Oba ne na mu pabo African. Time na so. Time na so me chamo kwan me de na no obiri bo ahede mo bai mo kwan so esa me mam pipi di chamo kwan me de Kennedy Japan be jam kwan wa collapse mo party no mo yo obi ankasa se mo yini free campaign team no mo o se wonu nipa ba akofo die no obetimi aye wo party no ensam na me bia ni so akere mu anyam na me ka ha e kuro no me si me shaki Ghana me si Ghana me shaki no. Wow, pan of Faber was so Kwaku get light alike come Ghana. Light alike come Ghana Kaji. Can moving that granny, may say, MPP mu you beer, Kennedy Japan, one pound, and free Napo. Kennedy Japan, someone will review your mommy MPP party. No, hey, produce a baby to be near their promotion. Ana yenya sa na me give me some questions and fa ho one point mbra botiasa mo teme kwan me catch them mo say me findie no mayi wo sono na mayi ha mo de wo me catch them me si me betwitwa no se de wakoma yanka na wusi kosono wutwa ka no aboaboa na me de ba Ghana newspaper and some tronia working on one casa semi Yakupon Betuaka. And some tronia made this assem webaba. No one can be when Yakupon Betuaka. No pecan a year, dear. Me say, Mimmesin, Kennedy Japan. Memma was topo campaign now in a punamno. Mem what refi. Sikana wajin and people no, or for my dear Comomo. Cause what that youth, you know, when this appointed youth. And yes, I'm okay. Ken, well, when you more, what's the winya yanka former President Mahama, and Kawamra? Nan come trap 4 years, no 4 years, and that's when more be away. Successful ma'am. And no Dr. Mahmoud about your between the chair from say pool. Now, what's what the president to me? The one I didn't come up. Okay, I said, one more meeting. I said, now work, I won't conquer your mamma, Rana. I'm so sure. I said, near one of my green play. The what? And so assembly reba when I entertain 1 minute to that. Ebia which me programming above for me no more yadman kasasa Kwaku get whatever to my member and teachers from now going that be already met subscribe page you know not like your page you know just a hand wait and sana be the more hiniba ma penny not what should take wakana and sana mugabi a fat and sana na will be ansanfa and sana on top. Many newspapers in Akasa will be able to publish a newspaper. Matikana, Canada, Japan, what collapse MPP party. Produce a mammy temple back one. So, on all kind, baga. Was say, oh, MPP, dear. Now, what IMF, obey your day. Who was at table? No, my face at table. Oh, Fatum Nature may start it, man. I'm table back. I'm in the voice back. Can in the yeah, what Casa today? Oh, so no Casa, didn't you? We are some
IMF.
Trust me. You're sitting here and you are smiling. IMF, what are we going to say again? Somebody tested me. Don't say anything about IMF. Me, I shouldn't say anything about IMF. I will say it. I will say it. You know, going into IMF is just like handing over power to NDC without a contest. Straight away. Because the noise we made, and I chew my own words back when I said NDC went to IMF because of mismanagement of the party, the government, or the economy. So if MPP is going to IMF, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? So breaking the 8 is going to be tough. You cannot use the face of those who who took us to IMF to break the 8. It don't work. My message to you is simple. You cannot read my lips, and I'm not scared of anybody in the party. I will tell you the gospel truth. It's the gospel truth. Those who take you to IMF cannot, this same face cannot break the 8. In Latin, it says, verbum sapienti satis est. A word to the wise is enough. I'm very, very sad today when I saw the publication that we are going to IMF. You know, that is what Mahama was praying for. He's gotten his wish. It will not be easy. It will take hard work. It will take hard work. So we should brace ourselves that there's a task ahead of us. Therefore, it's only unity that will let us sail through this breaking the 8. Initially,
producer, I'm the last tape that you mentioned, Manasama Ghana for. Now, Bobo Green and Buti Ponazana. What am I in the last tape? The message here.
You were no more. Adriane, and not done China.
Tabo, na mame video na the Kwaku skirt to the Kevin Taylor. Oh, Fabulous. Wow. He's the one who did it. Yes, time on that video, never ban your documentary. Namibia free baby and Namibia. Where ya bra, Kwaku skirt me call someone prison. Na many than ye see do a cocassa ye. One than ye said the video never ye. Nana Musumaka de Japan, so that you said that Satipono and Waha. Yevia, a bit of a cancer, oh, Quaquiska Passi and Penino, the mammy anteteno. Yes, the mamma wanted Temocra, the mammy, if you want to amend on a pa. The mammy, I'm a yansa, and the Metriduke and the Japan, which I from pa.
Alice of Wonderland.
Tabo. Yentamam, Yenibre. Message of 100 dross. And so we need to have a program. Now, monkey can videos in this year from now going in your body. Your back. You're the friend of the person one can sababa one thing. Wait, what's in the board? I'm not a famine cocots. Can send a board to a quick Mr. Make collapse MPP party until second in Japan as proper campaign in Napoleon. Yes. Mr. My panel, me na second in Japan. Amokua, and training and birth in was in a you know. Won't me fuck out by Casameboa. As my boy continents you home, moon subsequent quick and pan. I mean, we need me your producer, mamma, I booking up when I mentioned Manase. I'm booking up with tape. Now my foot in that you are a chassis. Wait, tap where ya me boy. And also me pa booking nabu. Now you are better what you need. Now, when they make us and was Ghana election is money. Hey, now Sika ya no kwa say no from. No man penny a kufu at the 300. MPs now one call one kwati jobo. 250. And your man for 50. and the mom Lucy. Na MPP penifo na package money. Hey, bugi na bu na ka say. Yen kwetie ne kakra. Chairman, what's this say?
Oh,
look like
we don't blame them. We shouldn't blame or put our problem in Dampari.
Okay.
Dampari cannot, because he has only one vote. Right?
Yeah. Dampari has
only one vote.
One vote.
That's it. One vote. And so he cannot do anything to help you.
But he can't mobilize his people to do anything wrong, to attack us. You know how to do it on our simple truth?
No,
okay.
He can't.
Okay.
He didn't do anything.
Okay.
All with our people didn't give money to the elected.
Okay.
Ghana election now is money.
Money. Okay.
It was not Dampari. Who made it to lose that election.
Okay.
They give them money to go and give to people to vote. And our people pocket the money. That's all.
Okay. So
what they give them, give everybody 100.
Okay.
You want to give 50 series. Who will mind you?
Yeah.
When the opposition were giving 150.
Once we can push the money to them, you know, the voters, because they are hungry.
Yes.
They're crying for money.
Yes, that is it.
If you give them small money, their mind will change.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. That election, Nana said they should give them 300. And they want to give 50. Where the remaining 250?
Yeah.
The NDC was giving 150.
Chema Bugri Nabu me wanna a lot of voices. Minyam ye story way and the Mekwa kopum time ya betwaba. Canada Japan crowd me take here, it take me for 1 month. Someone Canada can't tell me about MPP party. Hey, MPP, one fairly. Kennedy someone mess it up. Kennedy someone tried the mind your minor. Yamana Miko, where we better take Kwaku's cat voice. Now what test of one Kennedy Japan income. But someone mess it up. A good for mess it up. I'm saying upon that we didn't you know, and I know what that's a man dear na men meeting me. Ken, the one was it free education? No, I don't know. I want kakrabi. I won't classing. Because we call rural areas now. And we want free education. I'm the confusion of kakrabi. I know crying no money now. The one producer, the girl, the have a friend and mama. The bar, Diakano, and you will chat. Attention! Stand up! Can any baby? Sorry, baby, I can't know. Or calling you a cocketwa. Into baby, I don't know. I'm a friend, sorry. Penny, sorry. Near you can and see her. Can the Japan say, Mabuno, Moment Tanachi, not 2028. One rap. The best is here. Actually, must touch some.
And now is the time for that style of governance to end. In the 21st century, capable, reliable, and transparent institutions are the key to success.
When you get a feeling, Rasta man are proud. Down at the play too. One can try now. One can try now. One tell one I won't blow. All right. Won't say. Government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
See, government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
See, government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
See, government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
Too much talk, too much la, too much chop, each and every day. Too much boro, nothing to show. Gold and diamond, cocoa, oil, where they their money? Government in yash, something they there. Government in yash, something they there. Say government in yash, something they there. Waiting they there, ragam zoo. Alright. You go to school, brainwash education. You go get degree for nothing. Big code, big English. Intellectually castrated, that's your downfall. Government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
See, government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
See, government shoe, it's not for you.
For everybody.
See, government shoe, it's not for you. Now listen, Ghana is the country, baby, for you and for me. Don't be greedy, brother, stealing all the money. How much can you eat? How much can you chop? You grow old already. Good name is better than riches. Government shoe is not for you.
Left, right, left, right.
Government shoe is not for you.
Left, right, left, right.
Government shoe is not for you.
Left, right, left, right.
This government in yash, something they there. Nepotism, each and every day. Tribalism, do they see a move? So far head the town, tighten your belt, you come join. So talk, so muff. We gotta stand up,
yes.
We gotta get up,
yes.
We gotta hold up,
yes.
Against corruption, yes. We gotta stand up,
yes.
We gotta hold up,
yes.
We gotta stand up,
yes.
Against tribalism,
yes.
We gotta stand up,
yes.
We gotta hold up,
yes.
We got to get up,
yes.
Against brainwash religion, Democracy means the demon is crazy, demonstrating craziness all over the world. We gotta stand up,
yes.
We gotta wake up,
yes.
We gotta get up,
yes.
For humanity,
yes.
We gotta wake up.
Okay, me da wase. Na me shiraw se when your time mama me no producers wame ma call TikTok live and you them okwa a dom number Facebook Apple 68 FM okwa you them modern Ghana web Ghana politics online.com and when you're digging at you know and you may be at the Kwaku sketch. You didn't come for Ghana home. You be kind. Honorable candidate Japan. The Nyabo Tremame. Namiba young Huetuma. And you may be story a big kind and your back levy. Story a meeting candy abroad and your back levy. Yet the crum ha. Emma Yanyanin, yes, sir. O my Ghana. You the bet levy at the apa. But then I will say miracles abuache producer from the preacher mame. Miracles abuache at the apa to just say. Wamuba you bet levy every home. We are mabuna now. You be too for. Niani will are discussing you may be. Now why you focus? Because baby I do not at all any breath. One year kakrabia MPP party no ever down. You be fool, you best come on. I wouldn't yan for so be free until a brother so. Sir, I need your name Mabulu, I didn't come on. And Maba wedding come on, and Ranty didn't come on. Not a new maybe wa one Casawatia. I'm watching you was sitting with him now on the 7th of December. What to Abapa? Dennis Miraka Abuaje. Our customer, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, the campaign team. And they are two just said, Sawamuba, Usha, Mimfoni, and Namedia Tue, producer Fana Twitch. Mimfoni Namedia Tue. Or sister Baumia Ba, no bet tax. No bet tax. But now, former President John Dramani Mahama Canada Dada. So about some bet tax
tax no wo be ye free ho because eye wo bottom sika and the way you are to chacha no wadi enti a wo hia se wo tua tax bia but na me no ka say NPP for dane no say wo mo ba wo mo be ye free ho but now Dennis Miraka Abuaje wo kasa madata mamudu bamia maybe sasa what buy and a teso wo can you consider buy and say now where you bear tax every ho we are mabuna Dr. Mamudu bamia any Dennis Miraka Abuaje any napo Canada Japan catch am say wo mo ya kohwefo Canada Japan catch am say na ponan kasa wodi nachi no chidi bia ni mu a wodi nachi but wodi nachi kake nti now sa wo ye mabuna Kwaku skat me tufo sas ya bawo na so ne be kacha wo sa bad tax 2025 ye be ya kacha ne sa aden wanyi ni now me pacha mu wo Twitter mo share video no me my life that and then me life me first time me my life that and then me first time I me do here me did the Kwaku skat aha aya no kura fie ya pen no kura e wakana yentimi ntra ho ama aban wens kamu mabunu wa you bottom sika e de kwatwa loto wa kwato chacha wedia woman penny Akufo-Addo the Dr. Mamudu Bawumia said, yet 10%. Now, 10% now we should be year through. And then what Chankwa with me now so said 10% by year through. Now we're trying 2025 because Akufo-Addo that can afford the budget power. Nanado Fragudo Kenyans was Kamo Ghana for a control and the power. And the Dr. Mamudu Bawumia Suko control. No one find new power. Liakwati, Dennis Miraka, Abuaje, ne voices kakra. Wane the boss. Na meba matamebo na matwaso. And come bia if you need the Apple 68.
Let's talk about the tax cuts also that the Vice President has proposed. I'm sure that you have heard this question many times about, if the Vice President says if he becomes president, betting tax will be abolished, e-levy will be abolished, and the question on the minds of many Ghanaians is, why can't he propose it to the president to abolish them now?
Okay, so first of all, he has proposed it to cabinet. Cabinet disagreed with him. He's not the only person in government.
He has?
Yes. He is not the president. He doesn't take ultimate decision.
When was this proposal made?
Why? He's made his point about betting tax and e-levy several months ago, almost running into a year. But he's not president. We run an executive presidency. You see, you can do politics and be sentimental, but the facts are the facts. You are vice president, you are a minister, a cabinet minister. When you go to cabinet, there's something called collective responsibility. But the ultimate responsibility is with the president. So ultimately, when cabinet takes a decision, we are all collectively part of it. But why? You think there's everything in this government that I agree with, even though I speak for government a lot of times. I disagree with a lot, with a lot. But I take collective responsibility of decisions of government. That is how sane societies operate. That is the essence of democracy. Otherwise, there will be chaos.
Okay. I don't know what to know. Where are Dennis Miraka Abuache? And you're telling Kano. Na Osu Amuba and na obey a free hop and the Amakana for. But me be sack. Say, I then a young to me now, not yet paying answer. Kind of for a sofa, kind of for ability, a mabunu air tete, senka, a bayan can you see. But you see, I came until 2025. Tina me catch a weekend and you say, about one I ya cotton. Shenipa, what kind of crap? Shenipa, what shaba, what bishop? Shenipa, on your fake. Shenipa or Breno Wasi. Shenipa. Why ye do my pen? Let to a papa. I come in Quandia. Katuaba, my former president, because when you be paying. Yeah, and someone, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia.
IMF fiscal deficit target of 5% by attaining a fiscal deficit target of 4.2% in 2023. The new policies that I am proposing to implement in 2025 will give us the fiscal space to eliminate some taxes, such as the proposed VAT on electricity, if they are still on the books, the emissions tax, and the betting tax, without compromising our fiscal deficit.
When your driver's mate, car mate Nina, what it trouble, I will Jubilee House. Papa now will try trouble CBBR. I will Jubilee House on the Kasai. And to me again, near Asampa Eyetia. On the 7th of December, Saban way so will bet me a bad taxa. Adam winning now, more China 2025. And Mabuna, what do we see cat to tata? And Mabuna, what do we see cat? A canoto, bets, and your bottom sika. And not in a Kwame John Dramani Mahama said, Sawotu Abama no ba, or no, why you be pay, or Castle obey you, and to Waba, what can we say? Ta, Sandy panel, or 10% on Sabaka, since Sawotu Abama number 8, actually, and then a cheaper for no. One no about me a bad tax, as we hope. And to me, Masampa, a yetia. The next story, Mediwo Rem, Sikabi Abwa Pie, our IMF. Sesiamino Kasei, IMF for first time is Sika. Na Sika, IMF, Ediamayano. The Ametete, Sir Oman Penny Kufuado. $350 billion. IMF asadi amayebi. Say ya kabo mu a sika ya Jeffrey IMF eye 1.9 billion sa. Yeah, member voice no ha. Ani ya Jeffrey IMF. And then na ya Kenya betum now. And na Kufuado eba America ha. Or the pressure echo DC echo IMF for said we can't prove this money right away. Yes. Sesi amino kasei yakotu abanti obibia enklosu ne final report. Obibia wokuta the bia o closu ne final report because bia yabekwa kotu aban wa mabie ni atomatwe. Na NDC for na ebe control woman. Nti ese u close docket. But now I can't just 2 months. Yeah, the IMF $350,000 was at the aba. Sikano, yeah, the quiet day. I can make Kwaku scat and Kwandia, Kasa Sikano, as a Bank of Ghana for Loku Sikano. Until say you better by because the name Kufuado and President Dr. Mahmoud Bamia and you should say Sikandia campaign. Yes. Sir, IMF Sikana Badina Sano. Woman Penny Kufuado and the man Dr. Mahmoud Bamia said on Fanya campaign. Now, on my Ghana, Womanya Atatia Pansam, Womanya Apro, Womanya Asoko to send another Pampas. Womanya Ahiyan, and your trick cra, Aquaman and the Costless Yamayisika. Now, Mr. President, useless president. President, I want Jimmy Yahunis to be at that. President, I want bomb, no pro. Aye, who is also money to say Kufuado. No, Waku Sikano, Some of the sense can be tompa. May you be a man, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. No one know the idea. What the idea campaign. So we are doing ya. Can we hear IMF Sika? Abra, Nana Nando, say William. No one the kind of Fosika was shovel. Abra, no man penny a coup for the Tesla him. No what in who feet. No one that pull more pray. None kind of for catcher man penny sack. Private jet I will rent it for 1 hour 22,000 pounds. And you're too much. Na fesikani ya juma ama mabuna no mampani. Ne ponde na cheap passport se na pina. Pamacho mo friend no your TV so your life your TV so you be from one your TV so pamacho bebre anti sir woman penny akufuado I am a sick and I buy no woman penny say oh and the tomu pack Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yentie nsema IMF for akanfa sikana omodeba.
Under the 3-year IMF supported program. You will remember that this program was approved by the IMF board in May 2023, and that the key objectives are to restore macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability while laying the foundations for stronger and more inclusive growth. By design, the program reviews take place twice a year, and the mission that concludes today is intended for the 3rd review of the program. So let me say that today I'm very pleased to announce that we have successfully reached a staff-level agreement on the 3rd review of Ghana's economic program. This agreement is as in the past, subject to the approval by IMF management and our executive board. And once the IMF executive board will have completed the 3rd review, Ghana will have access to $360 million. That will bring the total IMF support disbursed under the arrangement since May 2023 to about $1.9 billion. Before we hear from the Honorable Minister Adam and Governor Addison. And
What? Osisikana abaka hono abasoso yaje $1.9 billion. Yemisa say $1.9 billion na yaji sese yadi ayede. Yemisa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Wanun waje economics wizard team. Bawumia yemisa no says $1.9 billion. Hey, Ghana for $1.9 billion soon my to be Ghana. Say yes, son Ghana sikam near the water create moi. Hey, we the water create my free paga. Aba se ko ka half free. Ka ba ko create me mu weta atasosa. Near Bohun Tapoli, near Biahunya. Nana Kufadu Ajisi wait for just 1 year. Yes, and
under the 3-year IMF supported program. You will remember that this program was approved by the IMF board in May 2023, and that the key objectives are to restore macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability while laying the foundations for stronger and more inclusive growth. By design, the program reviews take place twice a year, and the mission that concludes today is intended for the 3rd review of the program. So let me say that today I'm very pleased to announce that we have successfully reached a staff-level agreement on the 3rd review of Ghana's economic program. This agreement is as in the past, subject to the approval by IMF management and our executive board. And once the IMF executive board will have completed the 3rd review, Ghana will have access to $360 million. That will bring the total IMF support disbursed under the arrangement since May 2023 to about $1.9 billion. Before we hear from the Honorable Minister Adam and Governor Addison, and prior to addressing your questions, I'd like to briefly outline some of the key points of our assessment and also of our policy discussions with the authorities. First, our assessment is that performance with respect to the program's targets and objectives has been generally satisfactory. More specifically, all the end June 2024 quantitative targets were met, and progress on key structural reforms has been has continued despite delays in a few areas. At the same time, it is clear that the policies and the reforms that have been implemented since the beginning of the program have continued to pay off. Economic growth in the first half of 2024 has been much higher than anticipated. And indeed, we will revise our growth projections for this year, once again, I should say. Inflation has continued to decline. Fiscal adjustment is on track to meet the end-year fiscal target. Remember that the government is targeting a primary surplus of 0.5% of GDP this year. The external position has continued to improve, with rapid accumulation of international reserves by the Bank of Ghana. And indeed, the Bank of Ghana has been outperforming the program objectives on that front. Financial stability has been maintained, and the authorities are committed to continue addressing the impact of the domestic debt exchange on financial institutions going forward. Importantly, Ghana has made remarkable progress on its debt restructuring. The announcement yesterday of the results from the consent solicitation and Eurobond exchange, the offer have shown very strong support from bondholders. And this marks another very significant milestone in the government's efforts to restore debt sustainability. Now, that's not to say that there are no challenges. And so our role is to also discuss these with the authorities and to find policy solutions within the program framework. And there are three areas of focus of our policy discussions over the past 2 weeks that I would like to highlight. The first one is the policy response to the dry spell in the northern regions. The latter is expected to adversely impact agricultural output, potentially constraining growth and adding pressures to food prices for the remainder of the year. So we appreciate the government's efforts to mitigate its impact on food availability, on prices, on economic activity. The additional spending associated with this policy response will be accommodated within the budget to preserve the fiscal objectives for this year. In addition, the Bank of Ghana is committed to maintaining a tight monetary policy stance to support a continued decline in inflation going forward. We also discussed challenges in the energy sector at great length. Here, the focus has been on reforms to reduce the size of the energy sector shortfall. And by shortfall, I mean the difference between the collections by ECG and the costs in the energy sector. And reducing the shortfall is very important to alleviate the impact on public finances and to avoid continued accumulation of arrears in the sector. We also discussed steps to enhance transparency in this sector. Finally, in a program that includes significant fiscal adjustment efforts, protecting the vulnerable is paramount. So another important area of policy discussions during this mission has been the expansion of social protection programs to mitigate the impact of the policy adjustment on the most vulnerable. The government is committed to provide additional support going forward and to broaden the scope of targeted interventions. In conclusion, let me say that we commend the authorities for the efforts over the past 2 years, and these are clearly bearing fruit. At the same time, sustained implementation of the policy reform agenda remains critical, especially with the approaching
Okay, where IMF for and the Atuga. Omema 350 billion again. And the would cost us I have $1.9 billion. Says the Kana 359 Yakwajeno. Oman Penny and Kufuado. Ghana force Mexicano and the bank now. Because what me first can man Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. So one first says can in your campaign. I want Mexica. No way for now. One more sponsor Baumiano. One more sponsor. And then Ghana Sikana mobile chat. Sikana, most of the Babella campaign. Monfan could be a new man, Mabunu. A Mabunu Tifia, a Mabunu Stolaga. The Nipa baby, I get there. But Muko Kuku says Sikana, and the Abaya campaign. And we for the Viama. We are Ghana near. When we near the cacao. Not on the 7th of December. What in your home? Not what to wapa. I mean, from the next story. Now, the next story. Galamsey. Sa Galamsey ya. And I will reckon in Japan. And me be home come baby. Galamsey ya. Or reckon in Japan. And me be home come baby. Now, when the promotion will come. Sir, ye to a manya good year. Emma and Sio Nipa and because video be. A man for the Sio free UK about one more tongue. I had 13 cities because of Insure who I getting. And in Nipa the Sanish rock, some of them can ensure. Because one of them sure no have ya over Kwaku Yadia. Unum sio no anya dai wanye kafla ubenya yade am na nam so Ghana Water Company ade aba bonten so wo man Ghana ya hwani ya be kransu ampa ana me no kasai ebi mu du nsuo free UK akọ Ghana koton US head na amount for dollar store and ye load container me be kọ Ghana ye koton how se basa. Womanya nyankopon hiraye because enda me ne wo kasai woman pani akufuado atu gold akufuado ni paganyan akufuado kronfo akufuado ahwi akufuado awon monoma enda wudru chabia ne garden woye Galamsey akufuado ne garden me se Canada Japan tape me de beba na na do chise wudwani African mo party no meku no yes memma Canada Japan Jack campaign yeah se mebuna kwaye akwakan Galamsey ho asem na omampani akufuado a oye demonstration adije power na ode kaka motobia kata nanim ehunahuna kan na mabunu because ye hunahuna mabunu said ye be ya mabunu tumi nya Galamsey wa omu tumi nya demonstration awa kana bio but wo mabunu wo ho memma we mo hu o twene wo se kan na ye dia enti sa wo kwaye demonstration kwa na de utuma me fa untum na ebeye asem kada ho ma se aban bi ba ya na saban wo ye wudini aban bi ba ya saban no wo hunahuna nipa aban bi ba ya no yo bonsama pan awo kana aban bi ba ya ohunu maguna no ache wo ma to table so twa mo ma ebeye enkai enti se woni an ko demonstration ko bi me mo hu se wusuro Kwame Nkrumah yanchinantu enso so be yo mampani se time no so a minia me mo hu sheki because Ghana na yamu mabunu dia o anye kufuado kwase ampani dia Ghana na yamu mabunu dia anye kufuado ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wudifo ne dia o enti wonna sese now se wan kasa da chen yensuo na besai na se kransuo fi aburuchira wan kasa wote won usika wudi yesai na de bia kokransuo won mpanimfo ne de sesi a woda so kra no but wo Ghana ni a wote ho enti pia one time se said ye yewra Canada Japan say John Buadu atopra so construction na asese wo story na wo kasa na ya na metie enkofo bi a wo mo sa de no mo ye demonstration wo mo konkurase kwai masa kukuru ni jaya keke ni bejai Galamsey mo hwan na ato machine hwan na ato machine dia manipa a wo kurase hoye nipa na wato machine e Jubilee House nipa na wato excavator no watenkran wantie kura ho enti aya nkofo ko obi show so na wo bi wo mo kan won kwabna sante mo respond wo se empanimfo na professor from Pop Watimbo wo mu di no anya kurase wo no mo wo o mo tenkran enti si aya As I see a young and crying, name penny for no good jubilee house, no man penny kufwadua, what then the guardian move at the Sia what the 2 court in which I. Yet Ghana, no man penny kufwadu renting private jets, not some gold business no way. Woman penny, or renting private jet, not some what the gold business. One rented private jet, no, sana what the guard must see our wa. And you didn't guard in the can say, and you're too gold, you're too mana, no man penny be a good private jet him because of course you are for so yen section the way you know cotton. No the second good auction account. Me paway a better than your man of send him mate and some medical so. Minianu maba, minianu gana for, and minianu ma, and minianu mabawa, minianu maba mwakana, 2 million mutumi. Sawu quiet demonstration, nana na musubo no nama, memo kosuna ye. Because wanu kura waya demonstration kumi prako, and many padas anyway. But 1 year demonstration kum nipa. I could for the year kumi prako. Demonstration will be a nipa way about taxes, VAT tax. Na no question price. Over demonstration, many partners anyway. But na pass we had demonstration na kufa put down for prako na the wolf. Me enko he maguno we demonstration no.
Today is an evidence that the state has its priorities misplaced. Look at the number of the human resource, police resource deployed here today. Today. If these resources are to be deployed at that point, within 1 week, this issue will be addressed. Look at the drones, look at the ammo cars, look at the riders, look at the national security operators in our midst. Why don't they go into the jungle and arrest the illegal miners? Today is the beginning of greater things to come. Amen. Ochina, Saturday, we are inviting everyone in the house. Stop tweeting alone. Stop the hashtag alone. Show up. Let your presence count. Our resources are being destroyed. The forest is destroyed. The communities are being destroyed. Culture has been destroyed. Life has been endangered. We are in danger. We are actually a great danger. It's alarming. This is criminal. This is state-sponsored terrorism. Arise, gather youth. Arise, gather youth. Chobwe! Chobwe! We have a pregnant woman's husband who was coming to come and find money, remove money, mobile money, to go back to 37, to go and discharge his wife. His new child, a new fresh-born Ghanaian, has been left in the hospital because, or was left there because police arrested him. And he cried and he pleaded. He said, let me call my wife and tell her why I'm not coming. They didn't let him. He is still in jail. And you think that this cannot happen to any one of us. I beg you. Ghana water, they cannot remove lead. They cannot remove cyanide. They have never had to do it. So all their machines and equipment is not supposed to remove those things. So when you put it inside and their machines don't see it, you will drink Galamsey water. It will be clean, it will be pure, it will be fresh, and you will drink it. And when you get sick, it's the same politicians who are taking the money, who are not fixing Kolebu, who are not fixing Ridge, who are not fixing police hospital and the rest of them. And you will go and you will die. That is why I am here. I am here because all these politicians, their parents, their grandparents, they left Ghana in their hands. They are spoiling the country. Almost time I know. And I want us all to show up tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay. When I one more demonstration, our Galamsey. Now, woman Panya Kufuado, Sadie Agukan and Nima Sepoto. Now, Akufuado call international platform so. Now you be son of Galamsey who was a man. Say a man for quiet demonstration. I'm watching one more command or sit and you want no form so. Nana, Ejina dear, what can't you post if one? And I'm on yes, sir. You could see Nana Kufuado, the Pegania. Abra, Nansaya, and I sell international platforms. You see.
Right. Are you concerned about protest movements? We've seen a lot of protests. Some activists were arrested, put in jail. The opposition is saying you're trying to stifle dissent.
I'm not responsible for jailing people in Ghana. The courts in Ghana are independent institutions, and they have been all through this period of the Fourth Republic. People misconduct themselves and they're brought before court. It's for the court to deal with them. That's not a matter.
It has nothing to do about politics.
It has nothing to do with the executive. And their behavior is what lands them in problem with the police and with the courts. It's not the protests. How can the president, who himself, his political career was aided by leading protests, have problems with protests? I don't have problems with protests. And nothing is done in Ghana to prevent people from airing their views on anything.
12. But Oko Kota. Akufuado packaging judges come. United States of America, Cassie, Yada the 4 years. Yada the 40s of 24. New York, Ukraso, Ghana. This was a Ghana judges Senegal. Yet you are one car. Yamu Fiat team. Yamu bodyguard. Yamu maid. Swat say. Woman Jian Kanieka. Because of a Juma, Woman Yama Kufuado. The history of the record. President Ibiama Ghana, what plenty a charge for as your Kufuado. Abakwasem will be see that because what person will package you hot and the party beyond the Asamqua near Waltwatch. In the end, so will be quiet demonstration and the tia baya near the Nekokota. Judge now what you want, the pampas, the singlets, the underwear, the Pietro, the BBS Senibia young people colors. And you will do how Koje, yet not remind. But one can we say power and me could out forever. To me, son. When Yanko Pong fat me many pound query yet. One day, in Sasabeba. Na sense Saba, woman penny a Kufuado, Bonia wedding the Kana, Bonia Sikaria, what we are. Sika when you were bushing for Betty Kana. Chrono, I won't buy what's in my master Babomo Chrono. Nena Chrono Adoko. Chrono Soku Pietona. Yade Chrono more time. Now when the man Chrono, and then it was some Toby. And they do it. The same power society. Who will say you better to flu? You do a bit of court. You do us. Producer, Mamma, me hoffer that I remember. The back. Asante Bedia too. We above for the neck as such. Above for the Chile hospital beer. Asante Bedia too. At them. The best is here. Where are you whom was some? But Shrek Ghana for maybe a Santibe dear to New York. Now they are seeing boat not on friend. And I won't call her some bois. A buffalo, I beg you, maybe a baby whom with you. Will you near when we the bedam of Fred and Mother? Now me back, it will be to Mamukakra. And Sana, Masamba on the money. Where are you whom with you? It's Kwaku, the become whom was summer. Yes, sir. Would me quit na quarter? And Yajuma would me call baby a Yajuma because a Yahoo with Juma, me best.
Yeah.
One day. But that's it. And someone may be kind, the caviar, what was that? May be called down Cocona Gumicom, and your home was Juma. May caviar not be called Quarta and Yajuma. Above for now, Pajama. I did me a Quadra Christ Mission Hospital. I want New York upon tension. Aha! And I Canada Japan by your surgery. Aha! And I Santibedia to Odessia. Above for Neko. We will be Quadra Quarta and Yajuma. And your home was some. When you near the American woo, that went 10 commands was it. It's called Christ Mission Hospital. I want New York City. Aha! And I Santibedia too. And ra, above for the same woman who said, Ghana for be more take care, say I should share a Santibedia too. I want my catcher on a man, Chester can make you too. What did Ghana for bonnet? A Santibedia too. What did Ghana bonnet big time? But more beyond first kind, more beyond fetch you, more beyond fetch time, and Luna. Let me tell you, say Gabi watching that, because Ghana for a tete the bushia. Ha! The moment they Ghana first affirm. Na kawo Gabi watching that Cocano. Say, Uncle Paul, ha, Kawoka won't cow. They said, we'll try and change it. Ghana, no say na Ghana tea. No say na Ghana memotia because of family and friends. A Santibedia to a secretary to a Kufuado. But Ponian Kofo we yeti Ghana for. Can I say great me kun a Santibedia too? Mr. Galam say it me kun a Santibedia too because and so for any pen winner a Santibedia too can. And the one who Ponia my costo Ghana. Now we want New York, no one trying to get where your musu. Yanko Pon what the chair will cry. I can't feel so. Monsieur Santibedia too, your best sunny idea. Now on to me nante no man nante da. Just Kwaku get neka. On tiasia kwa shepu e ye huhu wasem. Me say America Christ Mission Hospital. Ebe sunny idea bia. But sa Santibedia too be jina ne naso. Asanya Santibedia too bi. Ensi da. Mo dika na fo bone. Kwanya mo dika na afaso. Atete. Amodi kana for sikadie amonko amatene sika no so na mama kana for edida form te some wa me say kasa de wo nantie de wotimi nantie bi da ye no better feature and then na me ko abofo ne na eka abofo kan sama wotimi challenge osofo sham komo a wotimi fan court or confess a cassette, nane, or brafway. I did number. No was so don't make crack. Or carry out. She said, or no brafo, and watch last year. Or carry out the Quadra Quarter, and yet, men some are making, me, I want for that Cassan, make Cassavia or Moko, she said, may be a fall as an answer to me, you could see me on my kind. Monsieur Santibedia True. And the Christ Mission Hospital in New York. And I can do Japan surgery. Sika Modi common hospital po. Mutimi sibi. Modi nada and that Ghana for say agenda 111. Hey, when Yankopon be any plebia with Jubilee House. Osumi mienu akai akufo the party no and you may be simono Ghana for Peter. There were just 2 months or China Kabusumi, and not kind of folk you can for. Me say nneɛma bɛsi party no no. Hey, record my voice. Na tribute to baby. Abo American no sia pa hosna aduasa nwɔtwe. Ɛna yɛ date yɛ. Bosome du da to so nsia. Mfie pem aduonu ne aduonu. Me say MPP nneɛma ebesi no. Me Kwaku skat kra no. Abofo no ba ma ku party no. Me de Canada Japan di be ku party no. Madia wo to say the Canada Japan kase one messy party one messy Ghana one pokana for my disappointed Ghanaians and the wutu kalam say ne chaya na mam ya chichi Ghana for bi ma kuma wo mo da so kum now na office Nyankopon be ma ho ato nyame betwa watwene ya de de besa wo ba se wo be kira wo na so akasa ensi da me na meka. Thus said the Lord, above Nevi. Oh my Oba share video no and then the first time I watch any comedy I be the Kwaku skirt. Oba tienya me Facebook debi a wahwe me. Oba tienya me YouTube debi a wahwe me. Oko Twitter oba tienya search me Kwaku skirt ba compare. Oko YouTube search me upon 68 FM. Sesi me no kasa ye dem ewo cruise 96.9. En chakra ye ba de guitar TV so. En chakra. And chakra you about what the guitar cookies get me what the guitar TV so. Pierre do know as I said this some panura kana or mana say and some of pan will catch a jay. A good one with disappointed Ghanaian pet time. Ghana near no Ghana lady. She did not a baby do what my Ghana to America. What one and that a clock contumpo or man penny catch there say yet is a castle na a comedy. Now, Ghana Sofu Biara wasn't come Amadra Mahama. I am expecting you, sir, with the campaign befra. Because now Obama won't pay bomb thing Amadra Mahama. Says Yamino Kasei, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, I cover up of yourself will be a bacana. Now Thursday me can have a sense so. Mrs. says, see me no one can say, but Umia cover about yourself will be and woman blackana. Omo Beshasia a canon here and a drop. Mantamubia, Omo Becanon here, you. That was the plan. Mantamubia, but Umia Becanon here, you. See me no kasa now about yourself will be about my kana. Ebi mu frikata. About yourself from see mo friend, e bi mo frikata, o mo pa uraka. Enti asofo a mo bom pa ye ma John Dramani Mahama, mo ma mo pa bo mo nyetren. Me mo asofo bi adin, but say we ye man of God, ne na no wo call former President John Dramani Mahama fellowship ni bia, bom pa ye. Ma wo pa bo mo nyeden. Mo na ma wo tumi ye campaign. Na bia bi no asofo e kamo omani gina ya ye bebo mudin omani saya ye bebo mudin eti we asofo a eye o say ye campaign ka obi ni we o si kwan asofo ye campaign me yi libi e twem asofo anye campaign ti adwo mahama atene ye campaign bi ye ya na ye o campaign o kwa asori a ncheche no fa bi fram me se sia me no kasa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ade abodwesafo bi agura kana no ma hwani a ade no betani ne bekunkun wo mankasa kana napo vice president adi yesi napo na kwala awu na Ghana for ayana mu refi ade ntemana Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bebe pa konwedi yemisa ne se kwabena buadu anwa ye personal make yemisa se ne personal aid no die and the kun no. We need to ask Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia questions. The same time and asantene na Paul provides a di and Timon said na Paul na kwala bi so wu asantemantem kana for mumma yeni enda ho mumma yeni mbie mumma yeni enko fast omo hia woman kasa this year be their sacrifice from next month going the same people party ni pa bi bewu because ajimoja ewo party ni mo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vice president edi kwabna buadu young guy ye Mr. Say ebro mu ko ye rally anomu ko campaign I will not tell radio mobile ye Mr. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said di kun kwabna ye Mr. na po say na kwala na wawu no die ne kun no in the same time Bawumia vice edi wo kum nipa na ponso supervisor di wo kum na kwala Bawumia kum na kwala the same time Bawumia meso ya dey wo kum na kwala ne afra no kwabena buodu just kokoi me bebo voice wati me se party no ebeji moja campaign na wo moko no akwanhia bi be start yesisi wo party no abodwesafo no so mo hia moja wo party no ansa na Bawumia tumi ni ato boa untumi fa onsa kankan na ni ba okra wakana Bawumia pa vice edi kwabena buodu Bawumia tenete nienko tie kwabena buodu na busuafo nsomom bi
Dr. Bawumia so na yire any MPP sa wo team no eye kwabena buodu team na ye Bawumia team no wo mo so young men ni ade wo mo so mo do so kakra kama. They also came together with Dr. Bawumia Nenere. Enti ye kwa na chese front no, o ma siesie me ba no addressing suit abone tie ne white shirt abone tie the white hand shoes ahye no ne ade sauce. Enti media na chese na enya asem ketwa ya soso me mu meje me ho ba bia enje. Me gira daka me ba ne ho saa na me bisa nse kwabra aden. Why so soon, Kwabrande? Because he was exactly 30 years and 20 days. Na edu baby no. Yetiti wonu mo no. Ena one of the boys, MPP boys no ba. Maybe I don't know all of them. Nipa woma me nim woma me kai womo pa Samia uku na kabo no. Ena one or two bi so kan, but others I don't know them. Ba sorry ejina ho no mo na osre family no any others na aka na ye omo ankasa nkrofo no doctor say nko won fa asem kakra ntu yanim na obesre senka ye nyina ye beko outside na doctor say opese ono nko ane ase ne yire no remain inside ho nti nko obesre senka ye nyina ye ma omo excuse na ye nkwa abontin na menti ase na metwetwe me ho ena say me ma me ne adam family members na omo ebo omo ani kire me say enye hwe me de menti ase na yenko ye pie am omuto aprunum ye pie ma omuto aprunum o ana ka ba omi ana ne yire ene me ba ni furu nko awo inside ho for about 15 to 20 minutes I don't know be pemne enu achi na me ka tro say dreams bia ya na minya na me hu say enye kwa bibi wom was a man no you man no that she be a mess Ghana. Honestly speaking, because at times one man has answered me see me to my na bibi. Me soon that ye be na I know the pa. Me friend Mrs. Takachi and said no, mother that ya masuni. Na my back wa ha. That ya masuni. Na mentini me be ase. Na me bisa my sister say, okay say, asama me catch we ye. Na me refer my sister. Say okay say. That day no ba omiami enyina ye pie eba outside ema omototo etu pronu na ye bia to wono mu na ye fa ho no ekọ inside no omototo pronu ma e ka wono nkwan ne yire no eni kwa benefu minim ade a ana samo ka kire funu no ana de kra bi kra wo de share kwa bra ho ana wote I don't know mepem ne minim ono pane ne yire no na enim ade a omo ye wo ho wala pane ne yire no enim ade omo ye
we de say ye nhwehwemu ye bebi say bia ye nuano muslimifo amamre e de a ye beti ase
I don't know
ye be nhwehwemu adru ho
ti say osofu bi na ye friend Isaac no wo ka say ye misi wo ka isa video no wo ka ye misa ba omia ni na do say wo mo no moja da na fine kosi hia so wo be ka isa video I was not surprised I am a woman because the back be a mesuya up to now me one man as other any be see me to man me ma sheme na me nam baby na me kona na asa me ti se no insibi e koso wodan bi mu me gira wodi na me se na e dia na e koso wo hei na asa e prono e dan na nipa no so wo mu no e prono ya nto mu ya kai hine ano asa ya kai hina no kakra timijira wa na bibi strike me say men ko sha de kra koso inside ho me kwaye no saa dan na me si me yikire me sister saa dan na me si me yikire me sister na no so kra enti ase me kwa inside na me hu say eye me ba no kwabra boadu ana wo sha dem wo no hye shots pe nikes pe ne so say won sha hwe na ye twetwetwa ne busu nyina ye twetwetwa ne busu nyina na se ya pempam na ya Hausan Troye ne gu ne busu asa Arabic Troye anya English anya yes Arabic Troye ne gu ne busu nyina bebrebe na na kwa brade na wo ye wa ha adentina ya hwehwe wa ye hu nti hanom na wo hye ana ma hwehwe wa mi hu ana osia ma ha na ya dem ya be hye
o my obekaya 2016 mu ena be to dwa se doctor
Kwabena Buadu ne maame na ekase sam Kwabena Buadu ana make na say at the age of 30 years na oyo mampani Akufuado Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the personal omuko northern region anumoba ana krachen okodon so bafu ana Bawumia eji ne te sometime no 2016 na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vice president ana Kwabena Buadu abusia fa na me no mutwetwe nkomo mo hase tumati men pese that time you be call here kwati and someone Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia I can't see
It is very difficult to talk about Kwabena Boadu in the past tense, and because it is a situation that I am still trying to come to terms with. Kwabena Boadu was a colleague. When I met him, he came to work as my press aide. Very quickly, our relationship evolved. He became a friend, he became a confidant, he became a younger brother, and we drew closer and closer through the years. He was so instrumental to so many things I did, from 2011 when we got together. He's a very, 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 very sharp-minded person. He's brilliant, actually. For someone who got trained as a political scientist, his understanding of economics over the years evolved to really something that was quite nice to see. He had a solid understanding. He edited a lot of my papers, drafted many speeches. I don't ever think that void can be filled. His passing is a major, major loss. It's a major loss, not only to me, but to our party and to the country. Such brilliant minds are the minds we need to grow this country. He worked hard for Nana Addo Kwaku to win this election, and in fact, he was one of the key architects of our election victory. He was a strategist, and he was consumed by his work. He would work. In fact, the morning he died, he worked and sent me something around 6:18 that very morning. He emailed me a piece of work he had done. It was highly effective, had a very good sense of humor, but quiet. He's very quiet. I will really miss Kwabena. He's irreplaceable, quite frankly, and I do really miss him. I know he's smiling in heaven for what he has been able to get the NPP to achieve, and Nana Addo Kwaku to achieve, and myself as well in a supporting role. He's really going to be missed. May his soul rest in peace until we meet again.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kasai. But now, Napo, producer was up at Channel. Pacha Fabra. On that one. Napo, Nakwala. Voice ya me boy ye bra. 2016. Na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vice president in the sea. But see, I'm no Kasai. Napo, Nakwala. And so, I will, and I'm there to scream the song. Naponso pervise the deep. Or no so na kwala we ya. Inti we can near MPP party. Petumia, a moja, and only did to me. Shabra no President Kofo. Petum ubete na oba na di obohona ira. Bema chia ni yonko bema na di etuaira. It is a similar Kasai within now going MPP party. The one jebe shefie. Sawo yo bia na wo se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kwa ba bia. And when he says a sound for car, no copy. Can one cast our life for home? Shall the new man boy thing? Shall we chill who come? Now, baby, because one head ya, Kwaku di Bawumia, what question, what question? Missy one head ya, Kwaku di Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, name mom, Kwaku share what question. Media Mishonkana Medema MPP party no eyemoja Bawumia ko fan kofo bia abodwesafo bi de o ma begu kana asesia mantem bia region bi o mo betwa na hwie mi no and they sacrifice Bawumia say one can say nipa kura moja and you betwa pete kana modi akonwa wo pe Bawumia wonu Bawumia when you wicked Bawumia no wonu officers are it more soon. So we are Canadian on the 7th of December. Ube fa new mem, ube fa whichrim, but jina painting. Sikano, bugri na abua me yati asese sika ba. Omo twa sika dia package the money. Sika ne de ba jineti. Hwe wasetenam na to wapa. Kofo kan. Wasetena wetim ne mu te say. Utimi to abiane, utimi to mpaboa bi che. And then another watch. So what I say, and then another watch. Will you Ghana wana? Will you dollar dunsia? Ghana bako, abroche sika dunsia. But another the grand campaign. Simple so. And the campaign tia from Bahama. And the Yemi Sassadi and the Sequin. Nanado ma yeti asese Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nyansani wonyansani no okofa ne baaye wonyansase bibia ama enam sumpo ena ya wasafo mafo senior minister abo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia baso seba Bawumia na ni tikase na wonu wiase afa na dina one kodwo ponkoma omo Bawumia baso ena ya misase edie na
economic management team no your chairman Dr. Bawumia na say only papa committee na we say owo tire so daye owo tire emu ya so daye o ma no ho emputaburo o ma no ho adindire no wo ye ne o twa no chairman of economic management team I don't know penny power me say me na me nye kasamafo ema Ghana si kasam nti ono ni na ase na me su aduma no ono na ocheche me aduma no ono na so man penny adan Kwaku o kita ni se mi na sia wa friend say Mahmoud I want to kasam no exercise ono na chichi si kasam no my economic management team na e bi etre ono any of penny and chima bobi wa Nancy never about them in our yes, I want to ask. If you go where they are, that's sorry. Now, Frago, Uber handkerchief, now, yet they are friends. Some say that. While you want to have slept, Alahati, Doctor, Mahmoud, Bawumia.
So I take. Osiba Bawumia nyansani ani tiri mo abobe ne edi nyansani na wura na dwene enne Bawumia dwene afi ayi economics ho kwade gita nipa we ne yesi akofa ne so medi yeso na nka ho Ghana foro bo hu se no go yeje minko bebre e ba bebie phone lines kakra bi na ma jama fo adwenkyere wo ye Ghana ni a or maybe I was so on the 7th of December. Canada Japan said MPP party no a fairly when me a Kwaku sket na din komo. Wa bobom panimfo bebre chama wuntimi kan. I was so me galamsi. See me the video ne ba. Some be sika na mo. Chisanja can, can you be Kanachima? Yeah, or manning yo. Chira will come. Now with the old person you maintain your which way. John Dramani Mahama, we are tears, Oba. Your manner won't cost schooling now. Omukwaya Sabi, you free. Hey, again, you pay when you're pedia. Obano coffee such as so, or call SSO, or call dear yo, or choir Sabia, you're free. Need the other set, Okuta chest insurance card. Ontriake, oh, yeah, salmon do not work so black and a what one. On your sunny way, and a sessa will can and shop to a man. Okukudro for way, our car, what is so, and you will be a caco. And you could tebia, no one saw us out to a man. Your penny pa was sub bar, what is so. Sandy panel, and your kwame chondramani mahama. And within a may catch us on the 7th of December. The patch out. She was sitting out with him. She was the be a voice. She unipa, only fama. Nadia will ye pia to the kind. Na kotuwapa. Fama John Dramani Mahama. Because why you be pay or can a bem or sa a bem. Aquamura and Sura. One name Professor Jenna no Poquajama said. And you will have been for the cases on the country said. Obana woko school no. Oba na yade bi bo akwala no kwa ya sabie bi e wakana e free ye managro free oba no awie no person ko university a on school bi twesi bia e free umpe we na pede wo sunday sanudwuma ba Kwaku men sanudwuma na bitu krom ha usua sanudwuma ni bia ye kotu trensa ya ma troubles ya side sika kakra to mama umpe we na pede usua na usua ni wie Putting up so quite brutally. Impe when you're penny. Producer, me and I homra, not your mere phone lines cacra. Near your man for adventure. You had your gun for a waka and it's ye. You're dying home, Fred the Sisia, the other Sisia, your pa, the Baba to adventure, be patch out, and come beer. Traha, your ba, the next story, and your phone lines, see baby Ahmana, Atum, not Meno. Yache wa twentre yakwe the best is here. If you say why you beat Tamaso ne say yibi na fabua former president John Mahama and the NDC amanyu ku that time enunti na upon 58 FM and the about 120 ebi abaju ise ye yibi ama ayete ye yibi Kwaku former president Mahama I won the 2024 campaign asia ekoso owo mine Ghana nemo Kwaku sketch me ye bi penyo my ye bia ya 2020 why I face smart ye t-shirt at the why na feel with here yes him na ya ye no TV for Bibi fufuro ne sɛ yɛtɔ nsuo ma nkwa nsuo ma ahoɔden nsuo ma nipa gyina obi a wɔkɔ akɔyɛ polling agent akɔhɛ abafoɔ so ayɛ a ne yɛama ne nsuo na ɔsɔre basaa gya ne nan basaa ɛno nti ɛna Kwaku skirt ɛne Apostle FM ɛne Apostle platform nyinaa yɛaka ho mu sɛ yɛyi bi ama yɛyi bi aboa na ebi ato nsuo na da yɛbɛto aba no yɛde akɔ akɔboa NDC amanyɔkuo ne former president John Mahama.
Kwaku na sɛdeɛ wɔka no yi mɛdɛn ɛna mayi bi ama ɛkwan bɛn so
kwan a wobɛfa so ayi bi ama deɛ ɛkwan bebree ɛno nti yɛtwa momo anaasɛ mobile number ɔman bi a wowɔ so biara wotumi eyi bi ɛfa so ɛde boa.
Yɛboa meka kyɛw Kwaku ɛne ɛfa number ne to dwa na menhunu number korɛ.
Number ne yɛ 055 123 6671. Na mmom edi a wɔ so nso ni
Oh, my who say a din in the cabin or to adjustment.
And moi,
How come I mean repeating number? No, what say number is 055 123 6671.
And moi, and only you be a paso near Nayaka boom, near the Abua, former president John Dramani Mahama, Wabe Chicana, Nakana, Mia Day, Akoso. Assembly Chimudia, Ubetimi, Afremian Casapa sketch. Bakupe, American code and at the shed in 703-270-8171. Sano May, our WhatsApp, and tis a whoop the Munchiremubia. And I said, Dear, we be not wiping I will consent. I won't think you may be a seer. One more day, Nefremia Quisket. I was 703-270-8171. Yibima, Yibibua. Na former President John Dramani Mahama, Emra Majigan and Siho, na on my Ghana into me and Konenim. When Uncle Pong and Shroud, one young Casset, said where ye be, na Odiabua, former President John Dramani Mahama. Okay, maybe way a come, a beer, and better no, a contempt into one take. Kwaku me here more. 4 years ago, me be T-shirt, face masks, and you might be na me the cobwa jail. I feel when so Apple 68. Yes, that was so. Apple 68, you can't hear radio when Kwani walk. Ye television a woofy. You sign what big platform Cassia. Until Kowa, will be a big boy. Maybe I wash him and what's with me. What person will be boy? Say $1, say a Ghana 1 city. She can be at the best support to be a Nan card the T-shirt. Nemo made the hum and a young upon the each let me say. Ensure man qua, ensure a jinipa. Yenton sure mum from moi. If we say, that ya Kwaku to a bano, I hear many pebbles you moi, which are now passa. And you will know rather Cassacha say, Yen none for issue. And unti and a mayor say a perceive to you. Kitwa be anywhere shot. Ensure the beton Ghana. Do be a yeti at all. Near their 7 mantem dear. And will be your cotton pulling or your pulling agent. The Bejan Supano. What we have been any Akabana your quatrini. As I see a boy. A beer, no man call fast. 1 thing. A Ghana number. Ubetimi aye mumu ubetia convenda hokuta cash ubetia sene ato so baby a wo bia wo America ko to ya to so meyi wo ya to so aye saka me ba platform so mebo din na mada wase normal ni ha ya nam si for wo Ghana na kuta normal the patron normal ni 055 1236671 055 123667 and 1. Edin a ebepie so eye Kevin Owusu Ajamai. Kevin Owusu Ajamai. And ebepie was so dear Chanason. Maybe your phone lines rattle. O person will bet you working out. I can't send baby. So my Ghana. No would see me. You would direct lie. I the Ekuma. 0244 900881. Baby, we are what we tell me. Your number, I do your 0244 900881. Baby, we are with you again and be our watcher. Say Facebook. Some watch more Twitter. Some will tell me, oh, the patch out, no more than a friend. 0244 900881. 81 0244 90 08 81. This is 0244 90 08 81.
Okay, Kwaku,
okay. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, Kwaku.
Nyamia don't want to kasa it you.
No. Kwaku, I never got something to what is that? Yeah. I am the big captain of FSC. And I say, you're from you so right. Oh man, I would say, seriously. That's coming to the house. They are going to get that. What they were talking about, they are so sick. Oh my God, you're trying to say. Okay, when they talk about money, on your day, I could get it. Everything I could get the whole some fucking take ya. Not ya. One yeah. Living now. If you are so around that, now who's there for? Who got around there? You can't get it, so you take it here. What about that? Okay, I'm saying yeah. When we get there, we get over.
Let's let that say, so we're free Ghana. Mama, the part of you too.
Hello, yeah, Kwaku. Hello.
Yeah, ma.
Hello. What's your name?
Part of you.
Oh, yes, and fine. Go. 25 economy. Never find the money, or there's some kind of a person. And then we now may so Ghana for any America. Yeah, I want a year. I have to pay now. Mama, you're far from my back. You're fantastic. Now, it's your dear, a year, and you at the past. No, my young photos you may have found for year from our diet, but only you to buy your tea. I'll go one cup of tea. Tea in quite a way, tea cup is good. I'm a dear, near my fire. If you have Mama Yang and you move near the fields and passing. It will be in stop. Now you're from 1 year since here. And you may meet here or be out in our talk of the game. I be a catty. She did wait here. Well, when she necessary. Ebiana was Uti, but where am I to maybe we will she'll be there. We're going to continue to damn and quite in my bad. Instead of the throw, and Mama Matter. Get the family, Nama. She'll be there. This is the time I'm in Mumra. We in a Mumra. Now, in a park from the going to fry wood. A back one, leaving a couple of wood. From what I because I can pardon a happen. Now, if you from more union, you should have the piano, you think, when I think, setting to talk. The young and I will to man. Bema would be into me a day in sitting uncle. Any and Fakuma from Chio Bidia.
Let's make that say. So, what's your make Ghana? Who get to me? 0244 90 0881 0244 90 0881 0244 90 0881. Also, betting from an ad, I drink some. I can't send baby a dear and I was super. Obey to me, I'm from 0244 90 08. Okay, young call. Hello, caller. Yeah. But it's you. Good evening. That's it. That's it, baby. Also better for 0244 90 0881. And Chakra program we at the Beba area. We are kete and Chakra. Area, I'm a Akuma Dine. One cry, Abia will be a Ubena and line. Frame is 0244 90 08 81 0244 90 08 81. So we want America now also Australia. With me, I'm from a number here. America, with you from we American number 520 453 7061. Then more on my Ghana from 0244 90 08 81. But what a friend in the entry come was see how they are. Mine no ye. On mine no any swadi no apro. And someone about Umia and then the driver kind a scam. And now what one dear Wakana. So almost so fun your man and move one back fun the same. Now we're gonna near was all cotton because I was say. Hello, caller. Caller, Uncle Casa. Good evening. Pacho Casa, it's you. Casa, it's you. You mind it?
Sa confirm me. I know na akum MPP for you. Akum John Kuma. Because John Kuma, I confirm no Korea will win. I confirm what you know. So I confirm now will be a Korea beam because what's here or Hineba or what to me or Hineba said. Yama John Kuma, I confirm. And this I confirm to Kobakina. Nasa confirm na to Mr. Kuni Padia. And the Union, why would you do? What's it? Now, one casa walk out, see a mamma casa back. I am Musoria, Musi, baby, and yet. Shabesia, Yapo, young canopre, Jessica, about where yache. Say, I do be my mabulun and mabulun, ya. Nka emabulu kwa adwuma no wanya 1 Syria what me depend abra na bifie fo akababwa America ha saha ye de kura ha adwuma wa ha enti munya na ada ani mfutura mutugu Ghana fo ani munya I'm from the next caller. Hello caller Kasa yetio That's it. Yeah, that's it. Me and let's call her. Hello. Okay. Many and my Okasa. And now say, yeah, brana, Obekasa, so young people near, Mammy for we mark. Yatihama, Manase, Azuri. I confirm as a Manase, Azuri, the report about set, Nanyano Craig. Nano the ye joke. So when you go Ghana well, na ko search kwa eda ho. Atosibium. And now da model da Ghana for set.
Babia anase babia yeten no. Tie mi ye. Babia ayeden no. Yanka no kre enkyere ye ho ne ye ho. Se babia ayeden kra me America me we. Me ya adwuma me ensa. Enti se nioma bo den sa kra mpa. Mitimi ayedai. Eto ama menya bibi enya sika ne bisie. But mo sha mabunu bossa mo be ma mabunu adwuma aye. Aye boachi bitin. America se me konen tomato so boaten. Me konen mako boaten. Me ya adwuma menya sika enti me tuatua mpa. Ebika ama me sandi tususu edisie. Bagana ni a wate hɔ no bisane sɛ obiti akoma dan afranse. Ahokyira watim. Edura na padi obedi kura tema no. Atende me katra akoma dan fo sɛ monto aba ma chontra mani mahama. Yebema mo factory ni aye tomatoes ewa akoma dan. Wo tomatoes na wo kote apro no. Yebeye ni ye ni de aba America ha beton. Enu nti na yesi 24-hour economy. Okuyani yebema usika na do no ba ne kase ni export bi dia babrochire na no me call Africa market me call na nkuto me call what do you call it, Walmart na ye ton kuto ho a big American store because ton kuto ho enti si ye ni ya ye betumi dia babrochire ha beton enti wo kuyani a wote wo wo dia ne se obeto aba ma dwoma hama enkwasiafo bi na omoda so di MPP achi no man kan okre no me akomandan MP no wa wo pe ko bi samasifri no where my best friend na kola bi ne friend kwabna yes upa me and me host to program upa ko bi san wo ma fairly what transfer how many times dien what we yama akomandan o man mo me kan okro si a peka na ye dia ayaminu mi enu asade sa ye reset kana yes mo amade nam ene wo ma bia so ayede obi bia obeka so ma bia so ayede no ye kotwini obi bia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne akufu ade nenam aden wo bibia wantimi nya ne now na wa kan wa be ye president ansa okay cabinet meeting no economic wizard for shia wa kan hu bi when you vice president until when you to me our cabinet so what to be catch a kufado and then to bow me a person a kufado a boa metayana Midianum see a person can a ye dia jaw party funnel totally jaw trash MPP no nian cano crana mother cana and ye o maybe I had it abrocha. When you fear 15, put me a part-time job. Abrochira, when you fear do okay, who are a human director, walk quiet. And it's a new man of war, dear Krana. Aqualana, when you fear do okay, or to me, Trata, dear sir, what me treat and hoka, and when you can susu. But Miss Hose, Wakana now, a kufu where this car, what this car bought a shower with him, what this car test, I want to be Toma with him. Bisa Hose, and then a Sikaria from Yakuma. From 0244. A customer may do me the granny baby. Yanko, hello, Casa. Hola, Casa. Yeah. That's what I say. So our friend, my man can't send back when she can't afford with him in me to America. I am son with Juma and I'm the Tikruma. The Ankasami Kutaman son with Juma. I'm a media BM businesses. It is a way you can and in us a John Dramani Mahama. Set what the inside with Juma ba. I had a cassie. Me. Metia rem I say Ubiafrana Metia car rem I say na metime repair me ye brand new. The car dwuma me ye no krom ha ho bedru insano dwuma enti wotia dwuma ha ma say obi oha school ani amoa no eno nche se na bra bo asai sa babunu no batia kosua insano dwuma Ebia nam sanu dwuma no so na wa ba abrochire ha men sanu dwuma na de mbewura United States of America enti wo ya mabunu na se Chondramani Mahama se wa de sanu dwuma ba mesra wo tom to abama no Chondramani Mahama wanya na ada 40 se ba humia Chondramani Mahama wanya kontompo ni ti se ba humia Chondramani Mahama de 49 billion pa ana de bukana and fear me and some was swimming sia. And the infant said, fear now, crown, what the 50 billion and Kayama Jomahama 8 years, what the 10 billion, 100 billion, Nadibu Mano. But here, Miss Saman Pania Kufwado and fear so what Bob Bessia at Canopinesia. Jomahama free a conyaso, Nefiti Kwame and Kruma Abai. Abapem nese kwasiam penny chimifu abano abapem Mahama time now man Ghana yaka ya 122 billion but now Ghana yaka akwakodu 742 billion almost 800 billion and to Mahama 120 billion now wo free so near deka Ghana yaka kwati free Akufo-Addo ba wa bobesia 600 and something billion for enfiel motre. John Mahama in fiel 9 abobesia 49 billion. And to say man in fiel 9 can you imagine? And so 49 billion no. Shaduma John Dramani Mahama yen in Ghana. Airport, Katia Market, Terminal 3. Kaso Interchange, Kotokraba Hospital, Kotokraba Market, Robert Mensah Sports Stadium, Kumasi Airport, Terminal 3, I1 Crime, E-Blocks, Cocoa Rose, Kumasi Shoe Factory, Kumasi Water Project, Brankra Water Project, Afali Military Hospital, Samekasa Mekeka 49 billion, Ahun Faswa, and then the Gan Yeti. Nanan Wabaji Sika, 700 and something billion. Tanasina Bisa Hose, Umpotem, the end what we are free home. From 0244 0244 90 0881. Me di dwuma ni baba bawie. Me di the Kwaku skirt. Kwasi da nwumra bia Ghana time anadwo nonkron me ni wusia. Aha ye ka no kra wa ha. We MPPO, we are why meka no kra chaw. Amamwo ni nya. Sabi the Canadian Japan voice about Montia. Kwaku skirt me ni di nkomo a. We MPP ni a ka wo so party. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Good morning. Kasa. Kasa, it's you. Bonabaso Yadase, why? Nako. Send your Ghana, I say, I want you to Wutimu Akumadai. Well, here, Nessa Nembre, what does the MPP here? So what I say, about where your Bobese can win this year. Nana Jessica, and one is a Wabroni review. Akufado, what Jessica, and what is a Wabronia to pray, what you can hop. The woman you quay, what a Ghana Yama. And now go back, crowd to Toby. Can you imagine? Central Muhammad time, and I can't yet say ya. Kadiana Santaman come back. Can you imagine? John Muhammad time, and a dollar, and could have 16, and a dollar cost 17. Dollar, and the cranioma. Dollar, and the coffee bibiaba. John Muhammad fish on a dollar side. Nana Kufa the Quadra Kwame and Kruma Saka, and the petrol yet campaign. Producer Tamason, hello? The Tamason. Your name Akuma down for baby. And see, my memo way tougher. And then the first time I was here, like you paid in the share video, mommy. Yeah, the Canada Japan voice, on 10. And see, from now going, there be a breath so. Well, quick get me a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, me a consultation, member. No mum, memenda no kwesiada, and you may be a Ghana time, memenda me yen in time. Ghana time and you may know in Sia, what they call. Kwesiada, me yen Ghana na do 9 o'clock. And check ye bad the guitar TV so and chakra. Ubachi TV so Ghana. achabe 2 weeks ubenya wo TV so Ghana hwe many a British secrodo wo Ghana ni ameso na wo frɛ me no me person me ka sam to aso na wo to abapa na wo nya emfaso papa efiri so nti said the American enche program yi kokoko so na one day ya de Canada Japan ne nkoma wonne me Kwaku sketa bedi be de beba bonten nsem a waka afa MPP party ho send you what destroy MPP party and they tell me Kwaku sketa be de baba out nti watch out ma wani na ho na fadi akire be de baba bonten a share video no bi na nko program no ya ben part 1 part 2 part 3 because videos no audios no doso nti enche ya the part 1 abeba na nsem a Canada aka fa MPP party ho wo kana ne awutie me onya bi ati aha and the degree no ebesi once again meeting at the Kwaku sketch ma me na me ho frede na memra me ba na eche the close to docket no kra ya sorry so de ko producer mama boafo nkrato ba ko bi na ye nkombre sisia na ye hwe sorry ye time asori aso ye besia
ago
Ojam, come. It's your man. Come.
Ojam, make you come out, please. It be me. Master, debts they swallow you.
Make I think, huh? I can't phone put it.
Make you sit down and relax. John Mama's 24-hour economy go sort you out to pay all your debts.
This 24-hour economy thing, it no be new. It happen already. Huh? Some companies and hospitals, they operate 24/7. That's why some people say the bad policy.
Small minds. See, the fact says some companies, they operate 24/7. No, they mean say the 24-hour policy they already. Those companies where they refer to, them they operate on their own without support from government. The novelty of John Mama's 24-hour economy be say, companies and them businesses, where them go they operate 24/7, could be given tax incentives, cheaper and reliable power, and in some cases, financial support to expand and create more jobs for you, especially to pay your debts.
Ojamsi, when something is good, it is good. Jobs do not wear party colors, so when it comes, we will all get something to do. After all, we those wearing the party colors, today we are suffering. Baby, uncle you.
Thank you. Ojam, what they sweet me be say, the 24-hour economy strategy involves 3 shifts of 8 hours each every day. Which means the work, no, Kwame go do some. Let's say from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We if go come continue from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then Kwesi go come continue the same work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Everybody go chop. Hey,
wait, dear, 24-hour economy.
Alright, that's it.
Vote for John Mahama, the nation builder, and the NDC for a 24-hour economy. Ejuma Pankwa.
Ansana matwaso. Ipacho. Yebo Premier League. Anameboa. Yebo Premier League. Semeboa. Bo no kwa na ekoso. Awo bia hwe. Ye koso. So wo person winya bo free hwa. On Kwaku skate. Na yine kutame. The Samsung. Ultra 2024. One say Apple City logo na dahai. Ana mabosu AB hwe. So my boss. Producer Zoom camera. So person low I in the low me voice. That's it. Wow, Osha Apple 68 and the die. Uko Play Store. Uko Android. Uko Play Store. Uba download Apple 68 TV. Ubo yebema. And you would download app ni via. Ebia wo send e pie na be show a chew na etimikasa na aba eba e form ha ye e form ha hwe won left e to so tu no eni no wa bosso, you toss to no. And the map, say, we have a quick when I'm that app on a summer. And I'm a woman, that's what I make us say. So, quick when I'm tea and I make us say. And see, one Sahano, left Hano, we overboard so the I to say, Caniano, or boss will be. The beer, the good in your sports channel. And the good be. Yan shall see a benya ball back on na yasha. So, the good in a sports channel. It is a me bow swa any NAB, Uberman a time. Oh, NAB, which are any. So, a beer come. Born no more born, okay? So, a born qua channel Makuma 150. And a dear grow. So, whoop a bar a free, wouldn't you a capre? They ain't free. Would the other say, Uber for 100? No one could press store. Uko Apple 68 FM TV. Would download do ya? Na waba asiha we or see Europe sports. So Ubaha or another board away. No abosso any NAB woman a time. NAB or mobile. Patch up creamy. NAB or mobile. Any so stadium and away. Well, now Adeba want to say before Bishop born, make sure that storage empty because a video life and our baby and this our storage in your empty a bay slow and as a aim and this a we need storage empty born but some person will have born be there download the app Android and your Apple 68 FM TV. Sana we call iOS and that's an iPhone and also number 68 TV. We bought 68 TV. The baby yam on what download. We download do one sat left here. They are twice. They were any high. We any woman basketball. Nti download settings and channel the twice no one bosso usu about sports game debris a life Bobby a ye we are self and with the beer say Africa Cup say Premier League say Ghana Premier League who be any national free nti download to be a iPhone A68 A68 TV. We bought A68 and on qua be yaba. Because what the mufla on qua no down. See download will be but Android a Apple 68 FM TV. We made the amount free separate. Then mom can who said the ocean war phone or sono. And yaning na and na ube to me. And yan of phone or so. Box where the water Ubenya America channel bear 5,000 to 10,000. Utopia Ubenya all African channels naturally free. Untria monthly a one-time fee. UTV Adom Atenka Kesben Power FM TVSYZ. So channels in the blue will be Emmanuel TV Joshua, Pentecost TV, Nina channels be Nigeria movies, Ghana movies, what's on YouTube? I was so monthly a one-time fee. So we can box maybe a number than the down. Pacho. Over from is 703 270 8171. The number again 703. Africa has immense actual and potential wealth. Gold, diamond, copper, manganese, bauxite, iron ore, uranium, asbestos, chrome, cobalt, a host of other minerals. Our essential agricultural produce have all been drained away by colonialist imperialism. Africa is far from being poor. It is Africans who are poor, not
said me kind of me time aso aha da be ma kwan nam de dwumadi na si nyame ya adoma ebna da nwumre Ghana time American time non so Ghana time 11 o'clock me sign anyway share meeting at the Kwaku skit me the producers Bam Robert Evelyn Gladys and ya Santi Achimjo boy be do me na se and oba pa sewa awon video ba compare one to me can be my Kwaku skit.
Africa has immense actual and potential wealth. Gold, diamond, copper, manganese, bauxite, iron ore, uranium, asbestos, chrome, cobalt, a host of other minerals. Our essential agricultural produce have all been drained away by colonialist imperialism. Africa is far from being poor. It is Africans who are poor, not
You need one, I'm here. You want it,